Welcome to the Culture Edit. Unique perspectives into the personal and professional lives of individuals at the helm of successful business, athletics, art, and design. Welcome to the Culture Edit. It is Wednesday. We are a day late because the day somehow caught up to us yesterday.
We extended our break.
Well, not really.
It's back to business, but we extended our break a day by day.
But not honestly, not intentionally. It's just Monday we were super busy. Tuesday we were slammed with meetings, and then it kind of just crept up on us, and all of a sudden it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we we're like, "Crap, we haven't."
Because we missed a week and got out of the routine.
Well, and
sorry everyone, we missed a week. We're back.
Yeah, I think people will survive, but Chad didn't sleep last night because of it.
No,
that's how much it affects him.
Yeah. So if I'm a little slow today, it's because I'm on zero sleep.
You're slow every day.
That's true. Yeah. And I rode my bike in the cold. It's cold. We came back. We left. It was summer. We came back. It is fake fall in Atlanta. It is beautiful. Started the ride at 61 degrees Fahrenheit.
It was amazing.
It went down to 50 while we were riding.
At what time?
It probably hit 50, but we were way south. We were like Forest Park, like through the forest area back there. That would have been probably 6:30.
So I started at 6:15.
Yeah. But you were in the city the whole time.
Yeah. People
I got so cold my hands were frozen.
Yeah, it's so different when you're running because unless it's like 30 degrees, you really don't feel the cold because you just warm up. Like your heart rate just warms you up so fast. But
we were talking this morning. I mean, this is kind of crazy how quickly fall just launched itself.
I mean, I hope it stays. I hope it stays like this.
I think we're probably at a fake fall. We'll probably get a little break. But again, we left. We were gone for 2 weeks. Basically, the whole world changed here in Atlanta. New restaurants popped up. The weather changed. New graffiti everywhere.
Yeah, but kind of for the better. Because when we left, it felt like global warming was really globally warming. And now it feels like, maybe we're not completely destroying the earth. It's cold.
Yeah. Another crazy thing, vast majority of our listeners don't give it this, but Florida State football.
We're not cussing now on the podcast.
I don't know
Chad's
why.
now censoring himself, everyone, for all of our religious listeners out there.
I'll beep it just so we're not sure quite what I said. Florida State football's back. That happened too while we were gone.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What? Yeah, it happened. I mean, the big win.
Beat Alabama?
The big win happened while we were gone in the middle of the night for us, so we didn't even get to watch it. But we woke up to like 1,000 text messages, which was amazing because then we were able to go back and watch the highlights.
We were so confident that it was going to be a bloodbath that we could have probably watched the beginning.
Yeah.
But we did not even think about trying to
don't admit these
go
things.
A VPN, from Mallorca and try to see, what the team looked like. But yeah, we woke up and you told me Florida State beat Alabama.
We won.
And I was like, no way.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then I checked my phone and there was 500 text messages.
It was so great. We can finally be an FSU fan again. Just kidding.
Welcome back. We took a season off.
We took I'm just kidding. We pretty much always watch the games every year. It's just obviously some years are more exciting than others, just like everything.
It's just college football so crazy, and we won't go into detail on this, but it's just so crazy right now how quickly things can change because of NIL.
Yeah, and the transfer portal.
Well, that's part of it,
yeah.
And it's just how you can have an undefeated team and then barely win a game the next season, and then back on top the next. It's insanity.
It's hard because, and I don't know how you feel about this, because we don't ever really. It's like the one thing we don't talk about is we just never talk about football together. Mainly because I don't know as much about football as you do, nor do I care as much. But from my layman's perspective, I see how the transfer portal is good for the athletes, obviously, because it gives them more opportunity, especially athletes. Like, it allows you to, maybe you didn't get into the school you wanted, you work your butt off, you perform, and then you can transfer to the school that you did want, or you can transfer to the school that has better opportunity for you. But I also think there's something to, like, it's probably really hard to keep a consistent culture as a coach and leadership team. Because you never know. And also these are kids.
Yeah.
So they're not really like, I shouldn't say not capable, because I'm sure some of them are really capable and have really great guidance in their
they don't have to suffer. They don't have to persevere.
Exactly. But they don't have to deal with the losses and then fight through that and then lead the team to victory. It's more like, we're not doing well. Okay, I'm going to bail and I'm going to go to a different team.
Yeah. It's
So I don't
terrible.
know.
It's the worst thing to happen in a college.
So you
but-
think it
Oh, it's terrible.
But
Yeah.
what about? So you think that it's better for kids to have less opportunity in order to make them?
I think they've got to be adults and make a commitment and stick with your commitment. And I'm not against compensating them because the schools are making millions and millions of dollars. But I think the ability to just be like, I'm out of here at a whim because my coach yelled at me. I think that is not teaching the right lessons because that doesn't happen in pro football.
Yeah.
And in pro football, you can't just, I got a 4-year contract and all of a sudden I'm not playing the way I used to and now I want to leave.
Why? So can colleges ask them if they want to sign a multi-year contract, or is that not allowed?
A little bit over my pay grade, but I don't think their colleges they're not signing anything. They're signing a scholarship with the college and then they're getting money, NIL money from booster organizations, not from the actual
but
university.
you would think that because
they're signing contracts with those folks.
well, it seems like a very one-way street because if you typically
I'm sure there's just a termination clause and they just be like,
yeah. And what are you gonna do, sue a kid?
Well, for that amount of money, it might get to that point.
Yeah.
I think this is about to get fixed from everything I've read. But right now it's just too chaotic.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen in any other sport.
Yeah. Well, it's all what we always talk about. The pendulum always swings one way and then it swings back the other way. And then some point it'll slow down and we'll end up in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, hey, as long as our school is taking advantage of it right
yeah.
now,
I mean,
we're all for it.
We're benefiting from it. And that's a testament to Coach Norvell's ability to recruit as well and ability to attract.
Well, that's the criticism of him. He's really good in the transfer portal. He's not great in recruiting. So he doesn't do a good job recruiting out of high school, but he does a really good job.
I meant recruiting from the
identifying talent and then convincing them to leave their school and come.
I mean, to
come
me,
play
that
for
just
us.
means he's going to go into the NFL at some point. He's going to be an NFL coach.
I think so. Yeah,
because that's all that is business.
Yeah, I think he probably will.
So, anyways, okay. Well, we don't want to harp too long on football, but
anything else before we jump into the trip? Since we've been back to normal schedule for us both, although all of a sudden riding in the dark when it's cold does suck really bad. I'm not used to that. I know for running that you don't care about that, but it's darker or longer, and that's also annoying.
Yeah, I don't know. I like running in the dark because it feels like you're really accomplishing something, but I don't like running in the dark alone. So this morning, my friend Chris met me at our house and ran with me to the start of the group run.
Yeah.
And then we're with a big group.
You get scared of the dark.
I get really scared, so I really lean on my my male running partners to run with me.
Wait, I have something that I didn't even tell you about. Yesterday, when I left at 5 a.m. going down the Beltline, I saw a coyote.
Oh.
Did I tell you this?
What did it how big? What kind? What kind? There's multiple kinds.
You got me on that one. A full-grown coyote.
Bigger than Emmy.
Bigger than Emmy. He's probably about Hutch's size,
really?
but
That's
skinnier.
Terrifying.
And he was at the skate park, and he ran across the Beltline, saw me coming into my light, stopped, looked at me creepily, and then ran into those woods next to the bridge.
See, Emmy, that's why you don't want to go in those woods. She always tries to go in those woods.
We are in the city, and it was a full blast coyote looking for a little dog or cat to snack
Maybe
on.
that's why Emmy always tries to go into those woods. Maybe she smells the coyotes over there.
I don't know, but it was the real deal. I completely forgot to tell you about that. How crazy is that?
I think I told you the only time I've ever seen a coyote in real life was during the pandemic. Michael and I think you were injured. It was maybe when you hurt your back or knee or something one of the times.
Something.
And we were riding at Stone Mountain and we were going up the Evergreen climb. So we're going pretty slow, just talking. We look over and there's something running next to us, literally 2 feet to our right as we're climbing. A coyote is running next to us up the climb.
Oh.
I thought it was a dog. And then I realized, and I was like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's not I thought it.
Do you want to give him a pet?
Well, I kind of was a little bit scared because it was one of those things where you're like, wait, could this thing just attack me all of a sudden? Which I suppose it could, but I feel like because they're so wild, it's not like a pit bull chasing you where they
No.
they want to actually like clamp on. I think the coyotes are just. I actually think he was just having fun.
Yeah.
I think he saw us and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna run next to them."
Yeah.
Because he ran next to us for the entire climb,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool.
I mean, they're known to do stuff like that. But yeah, 25 years living in the city, I've never seen a coyote until now.
Yeah.
And I have seen them out in Stone Mountain. I've seen foxes out there, but I've never.
Yeah.
For our listeners, that's 14 miles away outside.
I mean, it's still the city, but Stone Mountain is like a park, so it's well protected.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't think they trap coyotes in there. They just kill the deer.
Well, there's a lot of tame, not so smart deer.
Let's talk about Stone Mountain for a minute. Did you see on Instagram the other day that there's a group that believes that under Stone Mountain is Atlantis?
Yes, you sent that to me where they're chanting Atlanta is Atlantis.
Yeah. How did these groups come to be?
I don't know, but there was a lot of people that believed in it, and they were all chanting together.
There was like hundreds of people on top of Stone Mountain chanting Atlantis is Atlanta or Atlanta is Atlantis.
I think, yeah, there's the latter.
But I thought Atlantis was under the water.
Supposed to be. Maybe it's under the lake.
Well, that's just confusing. I have a lot of questions. Maybe we can get the leader on the podcast and talk about. That'd be pretty funny.
Anything else? We watched our first ever U.S. Open finals together.
Yeah.
That was interesting. No comment really on that.
I mean, I don't follow it close enough to have an emotional attachment to the players. Obviously, I would have preferred for the American girl to win.
Yeah.
But she didn't. So.
Yeah. But the guys, that was exciting. Alcaraz and Sinner. Yeah.
I mean, the women's, it was both. I think tennis is pretty exciting. It's interesting to watch. It's somewhat easy to follow.
I'm just baffled that Sinner's Italian, and it just blows my mind.
Because he's a ginger.
He's a ginger, and he looks like he's from Germany, but I guess he's from the German part of.
Well, we looked it up.
Yeah.
The main language in his Italian village is German, not Italian. His first language is German, and his second language is Italian, and his third is English.
Okay. Learn something new every day.
But yeah, it was pretty exciting. I mean, it's incredible to watch someone so young just be able to dominate so much. Speaking of athletes, one thing that we're discussing this morning is how many women runners are getting popped right now for doping. And it's kind of...
You and your runner friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
it's a lot.
It's honestly, it's really... It's honestly just really disappointing because... It's women that like, especially Jolene, who's the Solomon athlete, that just got popped.
Jolene?
Yeah.
Jolene?
Well, it's Joylene. So it's Joy. No, it's Joylene. So it's Joyline.
Please don't.
Similar, but not. I really liked her. Like, I liked watching her compete because
she's a Solomon runner, right?
She's such a smooth runner. Like, when you watch her on the trails, and granted, she was doping.
She's smooth because she wouldn't feel no pain.
Yeah, she was doping because she was essentially injecting, like, I think, like, what was it, cortisol shots and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, into her knees, maybe. So, yeah, she wasn't feeling the pain.
I'd be smooth, too, if I had cortisol, if Doc Allen could shoot me up every time I had a race.
She's one of those runners, and I find trail running so much more interesting to watch than, like, obviously a marathon. Because there's just some runners who are just so smooth on the, like, really technical sections, just like riding.
Yeah.
And you're just amazed. It's incredible to watch. And, like, her doping has nothing to do with her ability to be a technically savvy athlete. Mm-hmm. But it's just a bummer because you're like, man, I really liked her and I was pulling for her. And, like, what we were saying on the run is if you're constantly winning, same thing with the girl who just got popped for the marathon. You're literally winning everything. How do you not think that you're going to get busted?
Exactly. You're going to get tested.
I mean, the girl who won the marathon, I'm drawing a blank on her name right now, but she held multiple records, and she went from, I don't want to say being a nobody, but she definitely like came up real quick through the marathon world, and she was taking an insane amount of masking agents.
Yeah.
Like, to where people were like, oh, it's a diuretic. No, it's a diuretic.
Right, to get rid of the drugs.
To get rid of the drugs in your system. Like, there's no, diuretic is not helping you perform more. And so just it was like 200 times the legal, the WADA legal level of diuretic. And it's like, come on. Like, it's just so frustrating.
It reminds me of what was happening in the early 2000s with cycling, where the guys were just getting busted left and right. And just like nonstop. You just never knew. Every time you open Velo News, when Tyler Hamilton, Contador's eating a bad steak. It was just
Contador's
it's
eating a bad steak.
Tainted
It's
steak.
the steak.
Tyler's got a
so they were saying like there was
twin.
hormones in the steak?
Yeah.
Oh my
There's all these
gosh.
excuses.
Oh
Like it
gosh.
was like not. And that's what kind of is happening with trail running right now.
But they're not giving excuses.
Yeah,
They're
maybe
just
not.
getting kicked off they're losing their.
Well, because there's no tolerance. Back then, the teams were trying to rehabilitate.
Oh,
them.
I see.
So they would go. They'd have a press conference. What's his name? Who has the CBD company now? Oh, Floyd.
Oh,
Floyd's press
Floyd
conference.
Mayweather.
Floyd was like, "Yeah, I drank too much last night. Somehow that makes me positive."
Floyd Landis,
Yeah,
not Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
Very
Floyd
different
Landis.
people.
Yeah. Well, Mayweather might have taken something too, but no, it's definitely what's happening. I think it's out of desperation. I think a lot of these athletes don't have a lot of opportunity, and now all of a sudden they're famous. And with trail running blowing up the way it is,
There's a lot of pressure,
a lot of opportunity for girls and guys that never thought they would be able to make a living off of this.
Yeah,
and so now they're making a living off of it, and I think they lose touch with the reality, and they're willing to roll the dice.
but what sucks is that like so many or like a couple of really big names this year have been injured, and they haven't been able to perform at the really like the level where they're making a lot of money, essentially, like those big races. And it's really emotional for them. Like the girls get really emotional about not being able, because it is their livelihood. Like they have sponsorships, but at the end of the day, like they're trying to win. They're trying to keep up their wins so that they don't lose their sponsorships and to win money.
Yeah.
And so it'd be so frustrating to be a girl who's like, well, damn, I've been out 3 races because I'm injured, and she's been injured, but she's been putting steroids in her knees and her hips and her elbows, wherever.
Yeah.
And she's just been crushing it. And so
Taking those dollars and opportunities away from me.
yeah, so because the girl who I also follow is a Solomon athlete, and she's the one that's been injured too. So I can't even imagine being on the same team essentially, and then finding out, because they were
Especially
also,
when you think they're a nice person.
and I'm sure she is a really nice person, but has really bad advice.
Did you talk to your friend about?
Yeah, I did.
You explain that whole scenario.
Yeah, because it's hard for like a lot of the people that I run with. Like they
They
not
don't think of them as like those athletes as like real humans.
Well, yeah, like they don't have the connection into a lot of the like, let's call them world tour type runners, because candidly they don't live here, and it's just a huge gap between the average runner and a world tour runner. I don't know like a professional runner, but like
I'd say just
I know, but
top
like
UTMB
world level
yeah,
runner,
Golden Trail.
and whereas cycling you kind of have the ability, the gap is you meet people at a very high level very quickly, even if you're not at that level.
Because of group rides.
Because of group rides and races. I mean, you can race with these people here in America.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did explain it. And I said it's one of those things where like you trust someone so much, you become such good friends with them, and I wasn't surprised when it happened, but I was very sad.
I was surprised.
I'm kind of never surprised by things, because you don't know what is driving people behind the scenes. It's just like marriage. It's just like friendships. Like you don't know what's happening behind the scenes of friendships, marriage, families. Like everyone's got their issues, their demons, their battles, and so that manifests itself in many different ways. And I do think, not to defend her, but I do think she was going through a lot, and there was.
It's like when you see a really cute dog, and then they're really bad.
Yeah.
And you're like, what happened to that dog?
Yeah.
What did you do to make that golden retriever mean and aggressive?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you exactly. I mean, I don't want to get into it because that's controversial, but I can tell you exactly where the rails, the train went off
with the golden retriever?
Track. No, with our friend.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to. I've already gotten blocked. I realized I got blocked by someone that apparently listened to the podcast and thought I was talking about them, but even though I wasn't.
First block from the podcast.
I was like, really? I wasn't even talking about you. Like, what are you talking? Like, anyways, it doesn't matter, but I just thought that was kind of funny. So I don't want to get blocked by more people.
Who cares?
I know. Well, you know what's funny is like when you find out you've been blocked by someone, but like you're like, wait, how long has this been going on for?
It's like the guys that talk bad about us on Reddit. Like give it like but they're like nobody. They're just angry.
Like I'm not gonna like block those people.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. I go in and check just to get a good laugh.
Yeah.
The funniest thing that someone said on Reddit once about us is how cringy it is when we talk about like Atlanta culture, specifically like if we have a guest that's black, like black culture,
Right.
and having those like candid conversation, which in Atlanta, if you live here or you grew up here, is a very normal, like, I don't know, it's just a very normal thing. Like,
Yeah.
and so when I see a guy be like, oh, I can't believe they would, you know, literally use the word African American or black, I'm like, you must live in San Francisco and have 0 friends that don't look like you.
Yep.
Or Portland or something.
Yeah, it's a different world.
It's
here.
so weird. I'm just like, what? Anyways. But yeah, so I think
So we're back from our trip, which we mentioned in the last episode with Alessandro Basso. And by the way, thanks for everyone for listening to that podcast. And Alessandro, thanks again for coming on. Lots of great feedback, lots of new listeners. So welcome all of our new Italian listeners to the Culture Edit podcast. We don't normally just talk about what we talked about, but you never know what we're going to talk about.
yeah,
So.
it's kind of all over the place.
So thanks for everyone for that.
Ciao.
Ciao. So many great comments about, you know, kind of behind the scenes of what it takes to run a bike company. Again, and we talk about this, like people think a company like Basso, because they're such an established brand, they've been around for 50 years. They think that's like this giant conglomerate of you know, big company and they have thousands of employees. And Alessandro's like, oh, we got 80 people doing this. And I know everyone's name.
And the fact that they can track every bike back to like when it was made, who made it, what the temperature was, what the humidity was. Like,
It's pretty cool.
yeah, it's very cool.
So thanks for that. But we were in Mallorca, and that is our 5th time, which we realized, being in Mallorca. And we always have a lot of questions or comments like, why do you go there so much? Mm-hmm. A lot of people just ask us about it. It's not a place, I think, that's super common, at least here in the United States, to go to. I know it is in Europe.
Yeah.
So you wanted to kind of talk about Mallorca a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great trip. The goal of this trip was really twofold. It was part work, part fun vacation. But we have some things in the works that we wanted to go explore while we were in Mallorca and meet with some people, and it was a lot of fun. And so we actually like kind of hopped around different parts of the island because we want to see what is the best area to ride and run from.
Which we don't normally do. Normally we just stay in one place.
Yeah. But you know, normally we stay in an Airbnb because it's really cheap, but all the prices have like inflated. I mean, it's like insane. Nothing is cheap anymore in Mallorca. So
It's been cheap in a long time. Normally we stay in Airbnb because of the bikes. Like that's the main factor.
Well, yeah.
Because it's such a pain, like we've talked about, it's such a pain in the ass of the bikes and boxes.
Yeah.
But we only brought one bike and we were renting one for you, so it wasn't as big of a deal.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But we stayed in some cool places. So the first place we stayed was in...
I think first let's talk about the areas.
Like the makeup of... Okay, tell us about the makeup of Mallorca, because you've candidly explored much more of Mallorca than I have.
So the main city you fly into is Palma, which is, if you think about Mallorca, it's 60 miles... 65 miles from top to bottom and 50 miles east to west. Mm-hmm. So, and I think it was, 3,400 square miles?
Something like that, yeah.
So you can drive everywhere in a day. It's actually, you can pretty much drive everywhere within an hour and a half. So you fly into Palma. Palma's a city. We stayed, the first time we ever went there, we stayed near Palma.
Mm-hmm. In like Portal or something?
Natalis?
No, that's in South America.
Oh, sorry. And then every time else, we've either stayed on the north side of the island or in the center of the island, kind of north center of the island, because where you want to ride, there's a mountain range along the west side of the island, Tramontana, and that's where either you want to ride on that ridge, you want to do those climbs, or you want to ride kind of the foothills of that on the east side of the mountain range. So, and then a lot of people that don't ride or run, and there's a lot of controversy around Mallorca right now because a lot of Mallorcans, at least maybe it's
I wouldn't say a lot of
loud minority maybe. There's a lot of issues around tourism and the amount of people that are going there right now. But those folks are going to the kind of south, well, I guess it's kind of two areas. The southwest part of the island, like Magaluf, and it is a place we never go. We've
it's terrible.
driven through. It's like
It's like Panama City and Daytona Beach came together and made a baby.
It blows your mind. Actually, you're like,
it's
is this the
horrible.
same island that I was on an hour ago when I drove here? And it's just like bad development, bad people, and it's party people, and it's just
there's like
drunkenness
$20 flights that you can take from like London,
UK,
from the different areas in the UK. So kids get on these like $20 flights or 20
It's like a spring
flights,
break destination.
and then they just get hammered, and then they fly back that same night.
Yeah.
So it's just a little chaotic.
So you definitely don't want to be in that area. And then the north side of the island, Pollensa, Alcudia, which we've stayed in Alcudia, that can be kind of touristy too, because it's like the beautiful part of where you can be on the ocean. But it's not too bad. Decent place to base out of. And that's where I think Mallorca 312 starts. And then the whole east side of the island are little towns, which we have a friend that has a house over there in Colador. And from our understanding, that's mainly the Brits are on that side.
I actually prefer those towns from an experience perspective. I know the riding and the riding is not great over there, so that's why we don't ever stay over there. But I like how many I think there's a lot nicer of beaches on that side. And a lot more undeveloped. I mean, there's obviously developed beaches, but there's a lot more undeveloped beaches that you can get to by hiking.
Especially the northeast side, like above Arta. Like we went there. I think it's probably the best beach we've ever went to.
It was so beautiful.
What was it called? Pull up your phone.
It was Cala Torta.
Cala Torta. So you had to park.
And then hike for 2 miles.
Like
1 mile. But like not, I mean, it wasn't a hard hike, but some people would definitely have a hard time with it.
Yeah. So when I was riding with our friends that live there, they're like, no, that's the kind of beach you need to go to. Like that's like not the ones that you can just drive to, because that keeps, when you have to hike 2 miles.
Yeah.
And we're talking about remote. It is remote.
Yeah. It was awesome.
There's no way to get there other than walking.
Yeah.
And is beautiful. And Arta's a cool town too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the makeup of the island. Like you can ride on that east side and you can ride through the middle. The middle's got desert-like environment, also has kind of vineyards, more of the
it's like farmland vineyards.
Yeah. Some really rough looking sheep.
Oh, these poor sheep.
That's all fine to ride in tiny little roads. It's just flat.
Yeah.
It's like super flat.
And in the summer, it's really hot.
Brutal. Yeah.
Like I almost died on my run.
Yeah. So this time we stayed in the Bini Bona Valley.
Yeah, Bini Bona Valley.
Which was near, or basically Kaimati is the town.
Yeah. Which is a really small town. It's not.
Small town.
It's really cute though.
Has
multiple Michelin star restaurants in this little town.
And it's, to me, I think it's one of the best places to stay because it is at the base of Sabatala climb or descent, which is one of 3 ways to climb up into that mountain range. And for me, by far, it's the best. Like, it's so cool. Such a great climb, such a great descent. So it's very, very popular with cycling.
Yeah, and I have regrets of not bringing my trail running shoes. I didn't realize that the road running was really going to kind of suck in Mallorca. So
that's not recommended.
I recommend trail running in Mallorca because there's the GR 221 and 222, which is a trail. Essentially, it's like their version of like our Appalachian Trail, but doesn't go as far. But it's I think, was it 11 segments?
Yeah.
That run from the northwest down to the southwest of the island through basically through the mountains. You can't do the entire thing all the way through because there are segments where you have to either, go on the road or take some sort of transfer. But it's supposed to be like the most amazing trail running. And they're bringing a UMTB big trail race there.
Yeah, qualifier. I think it's in November.
Yeah, so
it's going to be there.
In November, it'll be nice because it'll be cool.
Yeah, I saw multiple guys running the 221.
Yeah,
especially when I was climbing Sabatala, you could see like
tons of people.
because it like switchbacks.
It's like the fittest people I've ever seen.
And
these guys would be coming off the mountain, like running down. Like they got off the trail and they're like running down the road. I'm like, these people. I've never seen so many fit trail runners before. It was kind of insane.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably training for that race.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I think like that probably there, and then we stayed in Soler. like in the actual town of Solaire.
Yeah.
Super touristy experience, which we had
Yeah.
not before because we'd only visited Solaire. We never stayed there.
And we have never visited Mallorca in like the heart of peak season.
Yeah.
Which I don't necessarily recommend. I like it like right before, like April, May, really May. May is like right before peak season. If you go in early May, and there's just not a lot of people there, but everything for the most part's open. I think April things are still not really open yet.
Yeah.
All the way through September. And then I would say end of September through October is a really good time to visit as well. Between those two, it's just like everyone and their 700 children decide to go to Mallorca.
Well, and you also have cruise ships.
Cruise ships.
So a lot of cruise ship folks coming. And so Solaire is picturesque. The only way to get to it is either to, especially if you're a cyclist, you have to climb over the mountain. So Col de Solaire from the south part, or if you're in a car, there's a tunnel.
Yeah, which you hate.
You go to a tunnel. Hate the tunnel. And then if you're staying in Solaire, every single ride is an epic
Yeah.
ride.
And if you're running on the road, just don't, because it's not really possible.
Yeah. To stay there and ride. Your options are climb back over Col de Solaire or climb Puig Major, which is 11.5 miles.
Yeah.
Like straight out of the hotel.
Yeah.
I did that one day. Which can take a
But
long time.
if you are trail running, I think staying in Solaire is good because you can get to the trails really quickly from Solaire.
That's true.
But I think your best place to stay if you're going to trail run is probably Dea. Between Dea and Valdemosa, like that area, there's a Belmont, and there's probably the Belmont is, I would say, the best place to stay if you want a fancy place.
Super swanky.
For trail running. There's obviously a lot more affordable hotels.
But the best hotel, one of the best hotels, is actually between Solaire and Dea.
And I actually think staying there,
That could be good.
that could be good too.
Yeah.
Hotel Corazone was literally one of the coolest hotels I've ever been to.
Yeah.
What was your because you actually kind of had done more research about it before we went.
Yeah, I knew all about them.
Did it meet your expectations?
So one of the things we're doing is visiting a lot of hotels. And so Corazone, I kept telling you, is the number one on my list. So I had very high expectations.
I tried to book us a room there, but it was completely full.
And they completely, I mean, we went there and we had lunch and hung out, completely blew expectations away. I think from an experience, brand, service. Now, it's not for everyone. If you look up on their Instagram, it is, I don't know how you describe the vibe of like.
I said it's like Palm Springs meets Lower East Side.
Palm Springs / like 1960s Los Angeles, Hollywood. But the design of the hotel, it was an old finca that a couple refurbished.
Yeah.
I think it's 30 rooms.
A photographer. So a woman from the UK who's a really famous photographer, her and her partner who is from Mexico, I guess they went to art school in Mexico. That's where they met. And have lived in Mallorca for 11 years, I believe. And before they even bought this property and decided they want to start a hotel. So it's pretty cool because they also said that they had like basically all their artistic friends on the island. They just had them like design everything, renovate everything. So it definitely
photography, everything.
It feels like so much soul was poured into this hotel.
Yep.
It feels about as far from corporate hotel as possible. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea because one of our friends that we were riding with just kept saying it's like the hippie, I think he said the hippie place. It's definitely not what I would consider a hippie place because when I
shout out to Henrik, he's listening.
Hi Henrik. I wouldn't consider it a hippie place, but I see how
I see that point of view though.
Yeah. But it's a very but it's super nice. So it's not like a hostel. It's like very nice, very well done. It's just very, and I don't even want to say trendy, but it's very
it's unique.
Yeah, it's just super unique, super well done.
I think, and that's a great location for trail running. I think it's actually a decent location for riding if you just want to do the MA10.
Yeah.
Which, in my personal opinion, is probably the most fantastic road in the world to ride bikes on.
Yeah.
MA10 is where you see the car commercials, the photography for bike commercials. It rides right along the mountain range, basically from Solaire to Valdemosa to Andrax. So it just goes south, and you cannot beat that road. So if you just want to ride up and down that road, that's a perfect place to stay. If you want to go explore the north side of the island, that'd be a tough place to stay because you'd be climbing a lot.
Yeah. But it was a cool hotel, definitely worth checking out. And if you like the trendy kind of vibe, you would like this place.
And they had a classic Mallorcan cat.
What was it? What was her name? Was it
like Sunshine or something?
No, was it Ginger?
Ginger. Yeah. It was
Ginger because of my dog.
Yeah.
So cute.
Like Mallorcan cats, it's
They're
such
special.
an interesting thing because where we stayed in the Bini Bona, which we didn't talk about, Con Benit, they had a Mallorcan cat, and we've stayed in other fincas where there's been Mallorcan cats.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely not like American cats because they're friendly
but they're
nice.
feral.
They're wild.
Yeah.
But they come and sit in your lap.
Yeah. It's the weirdest things. Like you're just any random place in Mallorca, feral cats just come out of nowhere and just sit on you.
Here's the weird thing too is I'm allergic to cats in America. Like if a cat sits in my lap, we used to have an office cat, Plexi.
Yeah.
And she'd sit on my lap. Even if I had jeans on, I would break out in a rash.
Yeah.
I can do anything with a Mallorcan cat. No rash, nothing. Like, have you noticed that? It doesn't bother me at all.
Maybe you're just past the allergy.
Plexi was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Plexi was like 5 years ago.
I don't think so. Well, maybe, I think she died during the pandemic.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
5
so
years
4
ago.
years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think from 44 to 49 I outgrew the allergy. But
allergies change constantly.
All right, we'll
So
test
maybe
it out.
we can
We'll
get
test it out on another
Maybe we can get
American
a cat.
No, we're not getting a cat. Yeah, so it was cool. The food was great there. The cat was great. Sat in your lap while we ate. Do we want to then talk about Palma? Or should we go back to Con Benit? I think we skipped over Con Benit because I think that would be probably one of my top recommendations of any place we've ever stayed in Mallorca for sure.
For like, it depends on what you want though, because we've also had friends that say like, where do we stay if we just want like super swanky, like high class, like the most expensive place you can stay on the island? There's a lot of places that you can stay.
There's New Four Seasons at Formentor,
There's,
the La Residencia Belmont.
There's the
Jumeirah.
but there's the new one that what's his face owns. We didn't visit that one.
Yeah, we didn't visit.
Richard Branson's new place.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be amazing. So there's places where it's like a true resort experience. Con Benit is it's not a big resort experience, but it's a really boutique experience. So, everyone that works
it's only 10 rooms.
Everyone that works there knows your name. They've got sauna, cold plunge that you can do. They've got a masseuse. They've got a nice pool. I mean, they've got a restaurant. So you have everything you need. But it's small. There's 10 rooms. So you see the same people constantly.
Small, well designed.
But the rooms
excellent service.
Yeah, the rooms are nice. Like
they're huge.
Because
there's a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And then there's a villa too that's attached to it.
How many people? Like 12 people or something.
Yeah.
A lot of families.
Yeah. So it depends on but like if that's what you're looking for is like the remote. You want to feel like remote, like it felt very remote.
Yeah.
You can hear the chickens and goats and stuff.
Yeah, it's just very relaxing.
Yeah.
Whereas if you maybe go to a bigger resort, it's just more people.
Yeah.
I will say that, this trip also taught me that all Michelin restaurants are not created equal, because we actually went to 2 Michelin star restaurants while we were there, and both were a pretty big letdown.
Yeah.
I can't say that about but they're also not as expensive as the ones in the US. So, but there was one that we had really high hopes for, and I was so disappointed. Like the food was just too weird. The servers were too weird. It felt very cultish, made me extremely uncomfortable. I felt like I was like, is everyone here against their will? Like, are they gonna like what's the movie? The movie where like they all like the guy kills everyone in the restaurant.
The Menu.
The Menu.
Yeah.
It felt very like The Menu, but with all women.
Yeah, it did feel very Menu-like.
It made me so uncomfortable. It wasn't my favorite, but I'm not gonna say what it is, because I also don't want to like talk about it.
It wasn't that bad that you.
It wasn't that bad. I don't know. It's like the food was just too weird. The flavors didn't hit right. It was almost but like the vibe was cool from like the house that it was in. They have like a little like gift shop that was really cool. When you first show up, they have you get a drink out in the back patio. So it started off really well, and then just turned into a weird cult thing where I was like, are they gonna like what was happening?
Well, the best part was everywhere we went after that, because that was early in the trip. Every single restaurant, every single server asked us if we'd been to that place.
Yeah, we're like,
and you had to be like, yeah,
because it's pretty famous.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, it was interesting. And then we also went to another one that is in a hotel, and I actually don't understand why people would stay there or go to that restaurant, because it was like,
oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Silent. Like, my biggest pet peeve in a restaurant is a silent, stuffy restaurant where all you can hear is the clanking of silverware and the chewing of food.
Completely silent
Oh,
with
it was
like
torture.
multiple tables, and everyone feels like they can't talk.
Yeah.
It's so
I was like
quiet.
whispering, and you were getting
Yeah.
angry. I'm like, well, I can't talk loud because it's silent in here, and all I can hear is clanking.
And the vibe consultants in us wanted to just like ask for the manager. And we
I
can do one thing right now to help you.
Yeah.
Let's play some music.
I have never been in a restaurant where I felt like my skin was crawling. Like, that was how uncomfortably awkward it was. Even the servers were like, the poor girl was shaking. I'm like, what are they doing to you back there?
She was so
and this
scared.
is a different one. This isn't the one we were just talking about. This is a completely different one.
Yes.
If anyone out there that's listening watches Seinfeld, and you remember the episode where Elaine is trapped on the subway when the subway shuts down, and she's trapped in there with all the people like bumping up against her, and she's like screaming inside her mind because she just wants to scream out loud, but she can't because she's on the subway. That was me.
Yep. You were very, very anxious and ready to go.
Oh gosh, I just get really bad anxiety.
Which is even worse in Europe because it takes so long to get a check.
Oh, it was, yeah. You know me, like, it's just...
I actually went inside. I actually went inside and said, here's our credit card. We have to go before Nikki goes insane.
Nothing gives me more anxiety when everything is perfectly silent and perfectly awkward, and I feel like I'm in a horror film.
So they needed vibe consulting, and we went from there to the beach that we were talking about. And
full 180.
On the way there, we saw a hut,
like a roadside stand.
a roadside stand.
Yeah.
We stopped, and they had the vibe consulting that.
I thought it was on the way back.
Well, I mean, we saw it on the way there, and then we
yeah.
decided to come back. And they had the vibe consult, everything, every box.
It was amazing.
That 5-star restaurant
We
needed.
show up, girl, this little girl from, where was she from?
Uruguay?
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
Not Spain. She's like playing...
It's salve, like something you rub. Salve. It's like a salve, but it's
You were asking for it. How did you forget so much?
I know. Hey everyone, Chad here. Real quick, it's called a pomada. Can't really understand why I forgot that because I must have said it 100 times, but it means ointment, like not salve, but ointment, same thing. It's 1 part gin, 3 parts lemonade, and it actually comes from Mallorca, not Mallorca, but Mallorca has adopted it as their official drink. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Because I thought that's such a good name. Like it's like it makes you feel better.
It was like an antibiotic.
Yeah, like an antibiotic, but it's a drink. That's a special place.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's the place where you're like, okay, this is what Mallorca is about here.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we also stayed in Palma, which we've never done before, and we both, I think, were hesitant to stay there because it's always been kind of a stopping and starting point for us.
Yeah.
But loved it.
Yeah, it was actually awesome. We there's definitely touristy areas, but there's also a lot of areas that you can kind of get away from. You can't get away from the tourists, but you can get a little bit away from the tourists. And we are tourists, so, you know.
It just didn't feel as touristy as Solaire.
Solaire just felt like Disney World this time. It was very strange.
Because I think Palma's more a town, and we stayed in the old town and got to visit some really cool hotels there too. Like the Nobis, where we stayed, was really nice. And then the Raid, R-A-I-D.
Yeah, the Riyadh?
Yeah, R-A-I-D. And by the way, we'll have our Google list.
Yeah, we'll put our Google list in here. We went into the Riyadh because we were curious, and she actually gave us a tour of one of the rooms. It was so cool. Like, it is very, like, the design aesthetic is very, like, dark.
It's not Mallorcan.
No, it's more like...
almost like you're in Paris.
I was going to say Middle Eastern. Like,
that's a
it's
good point.
very, like, dark Sultan Palace type of... that's the only way I can describe it. It's very, like, maximalist, extremely maximalist design, which, if done tastefully, which they do in this case, I think is always really interesting. It's not my personal style preference, but I appreciate it. And
I like it.
The rooms were so cool. I mean, like, each room has, like, a bar in the room. And then, like, the weird...
No, like a bar, like a stand-up bar.
Yeah,
not
like
like a
real...
mini bar.
No, like a real
I'm
bar.
serving drinks and I'm a bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend that if you want kind of a more unique experience. Outside of the hotels, we had some really good food in Palma.
The best.
What was your favorite restaurant in Palma?
Charlotte.
Hands down.
Yeah, not even close. Shout out to my boys at Charlotte.
Shout out to the Argentines.
It's a Parisian, Argentine.
It's not Parisian at all.
The reason we went there is because we couldn't take any Mallorcan food, and we searched for French restaurant, and it was the number one thing that came up.
Yeah.
It says French restaurant on Google.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, it's really cool. They also got the vibe right. Music blasting.
And they're new. They just opened.
Every guy who works there looks like he could be a supermodel. Now
we know why Nikki wanted to go.
Now we know why I want to go there. Fully tatted. Like full sleeves, leg tat. They're big into the leg tattoos in Mallorca. Big leg tat place.
Thing, for sure.
Very handsome men working there. So it's a great place with drinks, but also the servers.
We went there every day. We were
bad.
there.
Yeah, we went every day.
Yeah. To get a drink, not to eat each time. We ate there a couple times.
We ate twice there. Yeah. It's more like bar food, but it's like really good bar food.
It's a locals place, but it's a young group of guys that are hustling.
Yeah, they're just hustling. That's what I like.
Cared about service a lot, which you don't always run into in Europe. So that's at the top of the list.
They were smart because they were trying to actually turn tables.
Yeah.
And not in like a forceful way, but like all right, let's get this check. Like, oh, you want another drink? Okay, we're going to bring the drink out fast. Oh, you want your check? Okay, we're going to bring the check out fast. And that's very unusual in Europe. So that was pretty nice. And then our second favorite place. Well, actually, no. What was your second favorite place?
I like Dame. We didn't eat there, but I like the vibe. And this is an Italian restaurant. Yeah. And Henrik and Jessica took us there, which I really appreciated. And they loved it. They knew that I appreciate a good Negroni, and they challenged our Italian friends to make me one. It was probably one of the best Negronis I've ever had in my life.
Woo! That is a high bar.
And that was...
you just got Ryan's ears perked up.
Exactly. Ryan's ready to go to Dame. So Dad loved that, and I love the vibe. And they just started that too, so I'm a sucker for that. And then probably food-wise...
I think, well, if we had
Rosita.
Yeah, if we had the food at Dame, I think we probably would have liked that the best, because these guys also seem like hustlers. And yeah, it was a cool place. But then we just happened to be walking by a place across the street from it called Rosita?
Casa Rosita.
Casa Rosita. An Italian couple from Bologna. It's just the two of them in there cooking Italian food. Or just the wife cooking the Italian food.
Elena.
He's just talking.
Yep.
But it's really cute because it's like, it's their entire life. I mean, it's just two of them. There's only...
You send them on WhatsApp to tell them that you're coming.
Yeah, there's only like
and he's like, okay.
6 tables.
Yeah, there's 6 tables.
And he prints out the menu and has pictures of the food options. So he literally like flashcards.
Laminated,
like he's giving you flashcards of what you can order, which honestly I appreciate because I hate not knowing what the food is going to look like. I always go on Google to try and like see what the food's going to look like. So I quite enjoyed that process. but he was the character.
He was. Stefano.
Stefano and Elena, and they were just hilarious. So I recommend that place.
Definitely one of the most unique experiences you'll have.
For sure. I mean, it's very home cooked. Like, it's not like there's no frills. I mean, you order it and she literally cooks it right there in front of you.
Yep. And we got there at 8. We were the only ones there.
We were like, oh my God.
By the time we left at 9:30, it was slammed.
Everyone was there at like 9:30 to 10.
Yeah, everyone eats late there, so
Can't do it.
we got special treatment because we got there so early.
We did.
Yeah.
We got the special.
They were like
treatment.
waiting for us.
I walked in and he was like, "You don't look like your picture on WhatsApp," because my WhatsApp picture I have like really bright blonde hair from like forever ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess I need to change that, or just dye my hair blonde."
That's funny. That bust out my Italian, Seb. I did use my Italian on him, and
Grazie, arrivederci.
he was impressed.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That place I thought was really good. And then what was the taco? There's a taco. Oh, Primo Taqueria. It was like a Mexican place. All the places that we went in Mallorca were not Mallorcan.
In Santa Clarita.
In Santa Clarita,
which
you said like is like the Dime Square.
It feels like no, it's a little bit nicer than Dime Square, but it feels like
it's the cool place.
Yeah,
cool part of Palma.
Yeah, it felt a little bit younger.
Yeah.
I guess I should say. It felt like more of like the up and coming kind of place in that area. So that was cool. And then we also went to I went to El Camino.
That's right.
Which apparently is hard to get reservations. It was for lunch. I just walked in and I think the guys took pity on me that I was alone because he was like, "Oh, you're alone. Okay,
yeah.
Fine. We'll sit you down." It was really good though. Really, really good. So recommend that as well.
This is when I was doing a little ride with Henrik and the guys.
A little like 8-hour ride.
A little 107 mile, 9,000 feet of climbing. 4 stop. I won't let us pass that by. We did 4 stops.
4 food stops.
4 food stops. Yeah. Which we don't do in the U.S.
Well, I think like the difference is
it's camaraderie.
Yeah. And they're not carrying a bunch of gels.
Yeah. And there's so many places to stop.
Yeah,
there's so many cool places to stop and get a coffee or whatever. That's the difference. Here we've got maybe a gas station.
Do you want to tell us about the pancakes?
So that is one thing I think when we talked about what made Palma special. Henrik has always done this macchiato.
Why do you struggle with macchiato so bad? You keep calling it macchiato, Makimoto. I'm like, no.
And I was always like, what is this ride? So he designed this route that takes you straight into a climb over the mountain. I forgot what that one's called.
But it's only like a 3-mile climb. It's not bad.
3-mile climb. And then you basically, you do 2 climbs.
Yeah, two climbs.
And then you descend to a town called Explores. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
I think so.
And what is the name of the place in the Explorers? Basically, it's a coffee shop where coffee shop and food where they have decided to recreate my grandmother's pancakes, American style, super fluffy. And I was highly skeptical, but I was shown the way because probably outside my grandmother is probably the best pancakes I ever had in my life.
I don't think we saved it on here. Oh, doble.
Like a doble espresso.
Yeah, double.
Yes,
the pancakes were so good. They had bacon, like the best bacon I've ever had. And then you could get eggs on top. It was an amazing. And the good thing about this place is
Nikki and I went back the next day
just to get the pancakes.
Yep.
It was so good. And the good thing is that you do have like one little tiny climb after the restaurant, which isn't that big of a deal. And then you basically descend all the way back to Palma. So you're like
30 minutes.
This is great. Like this is amazing. And it was the perfect morning loop. That's what I think.
I mean, I can't imagine a better 2-hour loop. I don't think you'd stop for pancakes every time.
No,
I might if I live there, but might build it into the get up a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But the 2 climbs, the descents, you're back in town.
Yeah.
And you got your whole day ahead of you. Man,
it's awesome.
Can't beat that.
Yeah. So we had a great time. I think Palma surprised us how much we enjoyed it.
So one of the things we talked about, like getting to meet people and ride with them in different countries, because people ask me, they're like, how do you know guys to ride with in Mallorca already? And we talked about this with Henrik, is it's Strava.
Yeah. Strava's the best social media platform.
We agreed. It keeps you in touch with people that you meet and ride with across the world. If there is one positive social media platform, it is definitely Strava. It wasn't planned. I saw that Henrik was there, and I was there, and sent him a DM, and the rest was history. And getting to do that ride, like that big ride to Formentor. I wasn't even going to go to Formentor for this trip. It just makes all the difference to be able to ride with a few other folks instead of riding by yourself. And so shout out to Strava for being awesome, and all the Strava haters, you're just using it wrong.
Although I will say I tried to use Strava to find finding run clubs is not an easy thing.
Well, I don't think it's as advanced in the culture as cycling is with Strava.
Yeah.
No one's saying if you did it's not on Strava, you didn't do a run, right? But that's a very common saying with cycling.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's coming. It needs like another decade.
I tried to find people to run with. It was really difficult.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But Strava is the great connector.
It is. It's pretty special. I think that's it. That's all of our recommendations on this trip, right? And we've got a Google list that you're happy to get from us. It's probably got more information than you need.
We won't charge you. We won't charge you for it.
Jason Stewart, we will not charge for our Google list.
Just doing it out of the kindness of our hearts.
Exactly. And it's probably got more than we probably need to go through and clean some of these.
Yeah, we probably should clean it up a little.
Because even like our New York list, I sent it the other day, and I was like, "Wow, that's way too much."
Yeah, there's it's because over the past decade of going to New York multiple times a year, we just add things constantly, but we need to clean that up too.
Yep. Okay, so that's it for Mallorca. One last thing, shout out to Kate Courtney for winning the Marathon Mountain Bike World Championship. Amazing. She won Leadville, and then I do want to point out that she has a Substack that if you're not a newsletter, you can just get an email from her. That if you're not subscribed to, you should. She's an awesome writer. She wrote a newsletter Substack the day after she won Worlds, and it's awesome. So definitely recommend that because it's a lot of behind the scenes and like what you go through. Did you read it yet?
No, not yet.
Like what she had to go through because she flatted at the top of the last climb. So she had to descend, and she had several minutes, but she thought she was going to lose Worlds. And there was like a cameraman with her. Like he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you flatted." Like she thought the race was over, but somehow her tire stayed on all the way down. And she won Worlds on a flat. So to like
insane.
go through the emotions.
What tires was she running?
I think she says I forgot.
Tubes tires.
She was smart in that she put an insert in, a foam insert, and the foam insert kept her tire on.
Yeah, because I guess it'd be tubeless.
Yeah. They're tubeless.
I know nothing about mountain bike tires or mountain bikes.
But you can put a foam insert in.
Okay.
Maybe we'll keep the tire on, but like not you thinking descending to win the world championship.
That's terrifying.
But
every bump she was probably like, oh god.
Yeah, Kate's riding is very impressive.
It's amazing.
So Kate, come on the podcast. We'll talk about that in the off season.
Exactly. A couple more shout outs. I know we already mentioned him, but shout out to Henrik. He is a friend of the pod, listener of the pod, new listener of the pod. Him and his wife, Jessica, were just so amazing in Palma, kind of show us their favorite places, showing us around and showing us their favorite routes. So we really appreciate you. And then also shout out to Café du Cycliste, because that's where I rented my Basso from when we were in Palma, and they were awesome. They were so kind, so nice. I cannot recommend a better place. If you're going to rent a Basso in Mallorca, rent through Café du Cycliste. They were just like top
Well,
notch.
they had it all dialed. It was we
perfect.
walked in, your saddle height was right, everything, and
it was amazing.
Yeah, no issues.
And the guy was so helpful. I can't remember his name, but he was so helpful and so nice, and just was like, do you need bottles? Do you need this? Do you need that? Like, he was just, one of those things where he's thinking of everything to make you have the best experience. So you don't find that a lot. So I really appreciate it.
So former guest of the pod, Andre, you got
got
to be
some
really, really proud about that.
Good things going on. So, but yeah, if you have any questions, if you want to visit Mallorca, obviously reach out to us. Like, we're